Welcome to Mystical Messages. I am Hilary Harley, your podcast host. I am a soul guide and astrologer. Mystical Messages is your podcast gateway to discover and learn more about the realm beyond the veil, including all things intuitive, metaphysical, and the healing arts. To learn more about my work or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. Today, I am so delighted to bring you my monthly astrology forecast. We will be breaking down the astrology for the month of August 2022. And I have called this forecast, given it the title of Where There Is a Will, There Is a Way. August 2022, we are in the thick of some very profound shifts, energetically and in human history. Lots of big decisions and events that are on the table. So it is even more important in light of that when you are able to schedule time for play this final month of summer. You want to turn your August angst, if you have any, into August audacity before hectic September days arrive. Even if it's, a day or two off, a long weekend, just to take a break, change things up. Leo, which rules the month of August, is about play and holidays and vacation and enjoying oneself, taking time off, pleasure, festivities, getting away from it all. So whether or not you watch the news, or even if you're not directly affected by some of the dire events occurring daily in our nation, we cannot help but feel the weight of these current times. So it is essential for our health, both physical and mental, and for our families, if you have little ones especially, to focus on what gives us joy and to release the pieces of the burden that we carry so well and so much of the time. Mindful of this, August opens with a particularly challenging aspect, and astrologers in general are agog trying to describe the potency of this energy. It is not all bad. I want to emphasize this. It is not all bad, this aspect, this energetic pattern that is with us at the end of July, beginning of August. But it is super strong. If you think of a double espresso, this is what this energy is like. It's guaranteed to wake everyone up. So the planetary combination began forming around the end of July 25th or so, making the final week of last month more than a bit prickly. And now, as August is rolling in, we feel the full impact of this energetic pattern. So what is up? Well, for the first half of 2022, the lunar north node in Taurus and radical Uranus have been inching closer and closer together. Each factor on its own exponentially energizes what it contacts. So now the north node and Uranus are tightly together, and this forms a force to be reckoned with. So adding to that mix, motivating Mars, which is like the switch or the gas pedal, conjoins the north node and Uranus at the end of July, well into the first week of August, forming a highly charged and combustible force. So there's really no way to sugarcoat the energetic effects of the first week of August. And before you rush to worry about what this initial week of the month may portend, it is really vital to consider where this combination impacts your chart. So first, let's pull the three planetary players apart to better understand this energy that's at play. Let's begin with Uranus. Uranus rules electricity, earthquakes, lightning, surprise, and things sudden. The planet Uranus is called the Great Awakener because it shifts and shakes us when we stray off of our soul path. So anything sudden, shocking, or surprising has Uranus fingerprints all over it. It is the only planet that rotates vertically instead of horizontally. And likewise, Aquarians, whose ruling planet is Uranus, they tend to march to their own drummer and are notoriously independent and innovative. Famous Aquarian Thomas Edison comes to mind. You know, he holds the record still to this day of the number of patents. Very independent and the father of inventions. So if Uranus is the change agent, then the lunar north node that it's conjoined right now is our evolutionary calling, drawing us toward a certain sector of our lives that needs to be focused on. And then coming to join these two is motivating Mars, which signifies our energy. So again, it's like the gas pedal in a car. Mars is our drive. It's our get up and go. And these three factors come together and cycling through Taurus, which is primal earth energy. Taurus rules our values, our worth, our self-esteem, and resources, both tangible and intangible. So tangible, land, money, possessions. Intangible resources are skills and talents from which our income and how we earn a living is derived. So together at the outset of August, this troika awakens us with a tremendous jolt. You may be shaken and stirred out of routines right now. The impact is to change what, how, and whom we value in ourselves and in life. And Taurus is a fixed sign. It doesn't like to move, and it doesn't like to move quickly for sure. So this may not very well be pretty. Others may experience key aha moments, windfalls, or long overdue reckonings to even out the karmic slate and make them whole. However you experience this first week of the month, please remember your own self-care. Remember playing, to take a day or two off, a week if you can, to play. Remembering your own self-care and well-being, to practice gratitude for all that you do have. Focus on what you do want to create more of in your life. What is working well in your life, and where you can have a positive impact rather than adding to any more frenzy or chaos going on. Amidst this storm, the energy stirs up. We receive big help as Messenger Mercury turns into practical Virgo on Thursday, August 4th. Here, Mercury enters its home sign of Virgo, where it analyzes, categorizes, and compartmentalizes information and how we respond to what comes up for us now. Our minds are efficient and clear and grounded realistic with Mercury in Virgo. We tend not to bite off more than we can chew because we are busy planning next steps. So it is essential to guard against worry and anxiety, which Mercury in Virgo leans towards. You want to focus on what you can control and surrender the rest. It's helpful during August to remember that worrying is like praying for something you do not want to have happen. Not making anything easier, valuable Venus now opposes powerful Pluto during the same stretch from Sunday, August 7th to the 11th. Venus rules our values, money, love, and relationships. Her nurturing and compassionate nature as she finishes passing through Cancer the Crab is pointedly opposing powerful Pluto in Capricorn. Venus is called now to say the word no more often, to watch her expenses and to refrain from overextending herself or helping others. You may find yourself bristling at limitations put upon you or your wallet. And due to this, your power may feel particularly pressed, squished, or squashed as we approach the full moon on Thursday, August 11th. This full moon on the 11th tightly conjoins taskmaster Saturn in Aquarius, carrying weight and gravitas regarding the collective whole. What affects you affects me, says this full moon. So let's offer what is best for everyone, rather than just a privileged few. Opposing the Leo sun, this is one very creative and innovative full moon, highlighted by Venus's shift into Look at Me Leo only a few hours prior to the full moon. And here's when we especially feel the old adage come to life. Where there is a will, there is a way. No planet understands this more than motivating Mars, especially as it turns into Gemini on Saturday, August 20th, where it will stay until next March of 2023. You heard that correctly. Mars enters Gemini on Saturday, August 20th, and it's going to stay there all through the fall and into the spring until mid-March 2023. Given this, it is imperative to make friends with this energy, this energetic combination of Mars and Gemini. To do so involves remembering that communication is a two-way street. Gemini, where Mars begins its cycle for over 6 months, rules all forms of communication. And the glyph for Gemini is the twins, the dominant twin and the passive twin. In Western cultures, the dominant twin is information sharing, such as the talker, the speaker, reporter, journalist, social media influencer, or advertiser. The passive twin is information gathering, and it's more highly regarded in Eastern cultures, such as listening, hearing, thinking, contemplation, reflection, and meditation. Together, the twins form something akin to a radio, delivering and receiving messages. When motivating Mars, signifying our drive, our energy, enters Gemini, we will experience all manner of communication, healthy and otherwise. And Gemini also rules siblings, cars, trains, buses as well as neighbors, community, and tribe. So expect more involvement with all of the above. Need a new car? In search of a tribe? Have an irritating neighbor? Becoming more community active? Mars in Gemini pushes you in all of these directions. For the next several months, you want to pay particular attention to information exchange with your siblings, in the community, and with your neighbors, especially repeating messages that you may receive about or with these groups, siblings, communities, and neighbors, especially while traveling in cars, trains, or buses. This is the universe trying to get your attention. When it taps you on the shoulder with repeating messages, and they may come in different modalities, such as your neighbor telling you one thing and then you seeing an advertisement or hearing something on the radio about the very same thing. Information can arrive in different streams, such as word of mouth, animal messages, lyrics in songs, advertisements, much more. So pay attention to repeating messages in particular. Verbal and written information is what distinguishes human beings from the animal kingdom. In such a polarized and divisive time as now, we can all agree that the source of our problems now is lack or unwillingness to communicate. For better or for worse, Mars in Gemini makes sure we use our words and use them well. Watch that you use language with particular care going through these next 6 months. Never has the old phrase, think before you speak, or I should also say before hitting send on texts and emails, been so vitally important. Tricky days ensue. Tuesday, August 23rd, Uranus turns retrograde. The change agent planet shifting direction never offers smooth sailing. So expect the unexpected between August 22nd and the 24th. If possible, lay low and practice self-care. Less is truly more this week. We do have cosmic assistance a couple days later on Thursday, August 25th. Messenger Mercury enters Libra, aligning with Gemini Mars. Grace and consideration soften our words as we keep in mind how our messages land on others' ears. It is especially helpful when the new moon in Virgo occurs on Saturday, August 27th. Virgo is the master craftsman, detailed and analytical. As you handwrite your new moon intentions, the more specific your descriptive language, the better. For example, if your goal is to meet a new romantic partner, describe the qualities that you seek or desire. Or to increase your income, outline business growth opportunities that you can pursue rather than simply asking for more money. As part of your new moon ritual, I invite you to include setting intentions for collective healing, peace, and unity. Virgo rules health and wellness. Our families, nation, and planet can surely benefit from deep healing. Many people ask me why the current time is so difficult. In part, the answer lies with cosmic passages that our nation, the United States of America, is enduring. It has taken 248 years for the planet Pluto to travel around the birth chart of the United States. We are in the midst of our nation's Pluto return, and we are collectively feeling every inch of the underworld journey that this planet represents. The darkest sides of life are surfacing now, the ugliest bits that have been buried or swept under the rug. Helpful to know and to remember are the wise words of Winston Churchill. If you are going through hell, he said, keep going. Wounds are messy, and we have national wounds that we are attending to, and we are feeling their pain now. To heal, wounds require time and effort. So while Pluto rules the shadow, addiction, and death, it also rules regeneration, rebirth, and transformation, mystery, and magic. Within chaotic darkness, creativity and healing brew. As dire as these days may feel, they are also infinitely imaginative. Helpful to know and remember is that goals that we set have a 60% greater chance of manifesting when we set intentions around them and follow through. So it is time to pick up your pen and point mind and heart toward what is possible. Let your visions fly. That brings us to the end of this episode of Mystical Messages. Please tune in to Mystical Messages podcast on Friday, August 12th to hear fellow astrologer Jill Jardine and me break down the cosmic activity through the end of 2022. We will deep dive into the who, what, and how for happenings between August and December 2022. This is not an episode to miss. Jill is an amazing astrologer, and I am thrilled she's joining me. Mystical Messages is always available via Google, Apple, and Spotify. And also remember to learn more about my work or to book a session with me, Hilary Harley. Please visit hilaryharley.com. Thank you so much for listening today, and I wish you many blessings as you journey forward.